Okay, if you watch some of the other videos, you can see I'm using that handy dandy clamp. Works well for anything. It's the one with the rubber pads on it. So you can see you've got the fork this far. Next thing you want to do is you're going to have two tie straps on the rubber boot. You can cut those off now, or you can cut them off later. I want to go ahead and snip those off right now. Just be sure not to tear the boot, unless the boot's already torn, but try not to tear the boot. There's one. And again, I've already rebuilt this, so I'm kind of doing this all twice. There's the other. We got that out of the way. Now, if you just have to re-grease your boot, you don't even have to take this all off. And I'll show you how to re-grease that in a later in this video. But for now, we're focusing on the rebuilding if you've got a leaky air or oil DLR80. So you've got the air. We already let the air out of it. Next thing you want to do is you want to hold this, hold the top, push the fork down. And we'll get a side angle here. See, I'm just pushing it down. There's that. I'm going to try to get, so you'll have to bear with me as far as the actual shakiness. I'm going to try to get all angles just for your benefit. Now there are two rings here. Be sure to take these off. You don't want to lose these. These are what hold it in place. They only really go one way. There's an actual groove. See if we can get that to focus. Probably not. There we go. There's a groove which goes to the top. And these just clamp in, and that's what holds that. It actually, when you put that top clamp on, tightens it up. That way the lockout does not move the entire internals of the fork. Go ahead and put those off to the side. And now you've got your internals. And we're going to go, we're going to move the, this is a bit scratched up. The previous owner and myself, I think, contributed to the scratching of this, which the top is not a big deal. So it's the inside. I'll show you. I'm going to get a better angle on this and show you what that looks like. Again, this nut, you really don't need to take this off at this point, unless, and I'll show you when you would need to take that off, but I'm not going to take it off. And there's a couple pieces I won't take off because they were kind of a pain to get back on. Not really a pain, it's just it's really delicate. So we're going to go ahead and move the camera here. And you can see, and maybe you can't. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off and then we'll move for a better angle. Okay, we're back. Now, in here you can actually see this is your oil chamber. It's red. This is where you would need the castle tool. The castle tool essentially goes over here, clamps down, and uses this handle. What we're going to use is we're going to actually use these pliers. So what you want to do is there's 4 notches in there. Tighten it up a bit. There's 4 notches, and the castle tool has 4 prongs that go in there. Well, we're only going to be using 2. And this is scratched up because I tried a couple different other ways to do it, and it didn't work out so hot. So then I just went ahead and I got this bright idea to get these, and it worked out perfect. So you got those on the 2 grooves. And it doesn't matter which 2 grooves, and you probably can't, I know you can't see inside there. It's kind of hard to get the angle and the light to see in there. But make sure you've got the secure, and then you get into 2 grooves. You can see I just missed. And you got to be very delicate here. It's okay to scratch the top of it because nothing really rides on that. You don't want to scratch the sides, the inside of the tube itself. So go ahead, and it's going to be kind of tight. I've read some reviews where people have done this and said they were pretty loose. Mine has been tight. It was really tight getting it out. And you got to spread these exactly the right amount. There we go. And we've got it somewhat loose. I'm going to go ahead and got it somewhat loose. I'm going to loosen it all the way and then show you what we're looking at on the internal. So stay tuned. Okay, once you've unscrewed this completely with the needle nose, you just push down on the cylinder and you just want to slowly pull this out. Now it was out a little bit, and there we've got the actual the cylinder out. This is not the air cylinder. This would be where the oil reservoir, or whatever you want to call it. This is that cylinder. So that's done. And now we'll show you how to take this apart, add oil, and service the O-rings. I'm not going to replace the O-rings. They've already been replaced. As I said, this is my second take at this. And I don't want to take the O-rings off again, but I'll show you how to get to them and that kind of thing. So stay tuned. Okay, we've got the cylinder out. And I've already started this, but this is the piece you want to get out. There's one at the top and the bottom. You can see there are four holes in there. This is when your park tool, the SPA1, comes in handy. See, it's got these little nubs on it. So what you do is put it on one side, put it on the other side, and then you simply just turn it. So I'm going to finish turning this, and then we'll show you the next step.